What's going on YouTube? So in the Tacoma lineup, the top model has always been the limited trim level. And as you can tell, I am standing next to the next generation Tacoma in the limited form. This is by far the most luxurious Tacoma they have ever created. And we can't wait to show you guys. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. So first things first, let's start by talking about the exterior design. Obviously, they have done some things to show off that this is the most luxurious version of the Tacoma, mainly up here in the front with this extra chrome. So you'll notice we have the chrome bars running across. This is the only Tacoma in the lineup that's going to have this specific fascia, as well as these silver accents that are going across the lower part of the bumper as well. Now, as we come over here to the headlights, these are also going to be upgraded. So as you can tell, we have a projector LED headlight like the other models, but what we have is this special sequential premium turn signal indicator just for that extra bougie touch. Your LED fog lamps will be integrated right in there. And then we do have the air dam installed on this version of the Tacoma. You can remove that very easily though if you don't like. Now moving on to our wheels. These are also going to be special wheels for this trim. As you can see, we have the chrome wheels. They're still 18-inch alloy wheels, but you have the nice shiny accents, just like with the grille. And you'll notice the chrome trim up here on the mirror caps as well. These are going to have heating as well as blind spot monitoring built in.
Now here at the side, you will notice that, of course, we have the double cab version. That's going to be standard when you choose this limited grade, and you have the choice between a 5-foot bed or a 6-foot bed option. Now moving around to the rear design, let's go ahead and talk about this limited trim level. Now I am noticing a few limited exclusive bits compared to other versions, which would be your chrome handle here, as well as the chrome spelling out Tacoma in the back. The other models are just going to have the stamping. This has the chrome for that extra flashy look. Now as far as this lower area, this is going to be mostly body color. We do also have a chrome tipped exhaust here on the left side, which I know you probably can't see too well, but that's limited exclusive as well. The tow rating for most of your gas-powered models without the hybrid is going to be 6,500 pounds, which is pretty solid. And let's check out the bed. If we open this up, you will notice that we have a class exclusive feature. This is actually a full power tailgate in the midsize truck. Very cool, and it has a lot of really cool elements to it, such as I can just kick it to have it fold itself up. Really neat touch. So if your hands are full, you don't have to worry about that. And you can also release the tailgate with these buttons in both tail lights. Now, as far as the bed itself is concerned, this is the 5-foot bed. We have LED lighting. We have the rails that you can get on some of the models. We have a 12-volt outlet over here on the left side and a 400-watt inverter to keep everything you need charged up, as well as power different things for your tailgating needs. Now, as far as your safety systems are concerned, like every version of the Tacoma this year, you will have all 4 of your active safety features as standard equipment. Additionally, you do have the option of getting even advanced stuff like a traffic jam assistant. And guys, that's going to wrap up the exterior of this limited Tacoma. Let's check out the luxurious inside, but before...
If you're new here, we're brothers, and we've been reviewing cars since we were 12
and 16. We may be young, but we love cars.
And we'd love for you to subscribe to be a part of our Car Confections family. Let's learn a lot, have some fun with all the latest cars.
Let's go ahead and check out the interior. Now, just getting inside the Limited, you're already going to be spoiled because as soon as I open up this door, check that out. Those power deploying running boards fold down. This is another class exclusive feature for a mid-sized truck. And look at the interior, guys. This is definitely the next level of luxury for a Tacoma. They've never offered anything like this before. And that kind of starts with the seats. So if you look at these seats, we do have the leather covering here. Really nice two-tone finish going through. Lots of perforations, designs inside of the bolsters. It's a very nice looking seat. And it's very comfortable as well. You also have 12 ways of adjustment because you have 4 ways of lumbar support. And let's go ahead and get inside so we can take a look at all the other parts of the materials. And now that I'm inside fully, let's, like I said, look at those materials. I will remind you guys, this is a pre-production model. So there's a couple things that are going to be untextured. That's not how they're going to be in the production model, like the center section here. But the rest of this, as you can tell, looks really nice. We've got these thick pads for the leather right through there, even having leather along the top so you can ride like this. Up at the top dash here, this is going to be a hard touch plastic. I really like this faux wood trim that you're going to see running all throughout the interior here. That's exclusive to the Limited, as well as this nice looking color contrast leather pad on the glove box. But let's go ahead and fire it up. Now, like most of the Tacoma lineup, the Limited will have the full digital gauge cluster. One thing, though, that stands out about the Limited is that this has a head-up display, a large and very nice-looking head-up display at the top. As we pull back to the steering wheel, we have the newest Toyota design from the Tundra, thick rim, nice leather wrapped. It is going to be manual tilt and telescoping and heated. Let's take a look at interior storage. Opening that up, we have a lot of space inside of the center console there. You've got two large cup holders, and then you have all this storage over here, so you can stick your phone up here. This part of here is going to be a wireless phone charging pad as well. And we do, of course, have this nice meaty looking shifter. If you bump over here to the left, you can shift manually. And when we go into reverse, we're going to see a very nice looking 360-degree camera system. Resolution on here is excellent. You can see a lot of different views, including my favorite view, checking out what's in the bed. That way you can keep an eye on any cargo that could be going wrong. You have your electronic parking brake, brake hold. You also have your tow haul mode and all your drive modes with this nice meaty controller. Rising above, we have a dual zone automatic climate control system. Very easy to use. We're also going to have 3-stage heated seats and 3-stage ventilated seats. That's pretty rare for this class of vehicle. As we come above, you have the volume knob. I'm not paired to the system right now. We're on definitely a time crunch right now, but this is the JBL up-level sound system. And the cool trick about this one is that the speaker up here at the top can be removed, and you can take this on the go. And when you're done with it, you stick it back up here, and it charges itself back up. Very neat feature. This right here is one of the huge tech improvements for the new generation. 14-inch display. This is running Toyota's latest infotainment system. So you have built-in navigation, wireless Android Auto, and wireless Apple CarPlay. When we come above to the mirror, we have our HomeLink remote. It's auto-dimming, but it's also a smart mirror. So if you flip that switch, you can see that live camera feed. Lastly here, we can open up our power sunroof, and we do also have a power rear window as well.
Now let's check out the rear seat in the Limited Tacoma and see how nice it is. Now, as far as the space is concerned, it hasn't increased much over the current generation. So we're going to be sitting at about 33 inches of legroom, about 38 inches of headroom, which is a pretty decent figure for a midsize truck, although it's not massively improved over the current generation. Now, as far as some of the features that you're going to get back here, this is the most luxurious Tacoma you can get. We do have two cup holders up top, perfect for GoPros on a time crunch, and then down below that we do have a household style outlet, as well as two charging USB ports, which is very nice. No heated rear seats, and also another thing I'm noticing that you don't have on any version is a center armrest back here. However, the door trim is going to be nicely done. We have leather on the armrest portion, and we even have some more of that wood trim going through here, and plenty of storage. We can also lift this area up for additional storage, and Toyota says this is quite a bit more storage from the current model. I think it's about 3 times more space underneath of the rear seats for the gas-powered versions of the Limited Tacoma. Well, guys, here we are behind the wheel of the Limited Tacoma, that top-tier model for now, and we are definitely excited to show you a lot of things in this drive, as you can see on the screen right now, including getting our sound level reading. But first, we want to go ahead and start with a hard acceleration.
So first acceleration with the Limited Tacoma. This is the iForce powertrain that's going to be the standard powertrain across all of the trim levels until we get that hybrid powertrain. That's going to be a little bit later availability. We can talk about that in just a second. But in terms of this one, it's a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque.
Pretty nice acceleration. That's up a hill too.
Yeah, very steep hill.
So, well, go ahead.
Yeah, not to interrupt. What I was going to say is just the torque is really what you're going to feel different from the previous V6. If you have driven or owned a previous Tacoma, you might be, wondering about that, the absence of the V6, and if you're going to notice it or be upset about it. And I don't think so, because you got the same amount of horsepower, but a lot more torque, over 50 pound-feet of more of torque, and that's what you're going to feel when you put your foot down.
Yeah, I think it feels very, very torque rich, and we've driven Tacomas all day long at this point, and I will say that even though it is a 4-cylinder, the noise really doesn't sound as much like a 4-cylinder. It's not exactly like the same motor that you see in a Grand Highlander plopped into this Tacoma. Toyota's done a lot of work, and actually they said about 50% of the parts are actually different for this truck duty, and I think they've also done a lot of work to make sure it doesn't sound strained. It sounds more like a V6 than other applications of this 2.4 liter. And let's go ahead and get our Car Confection sound level reading going 55 miles per hour. Officially, we've settled in at 57 before we started slowing down there. So 57 decibels even, that is a very good sound level reading. And as a matter of fact, that goes to show you that they have done some more stuff with the sound deadening for this limited model, because we drove the TRD Sport as was the pre-runner trim level already. And this is the quietest Tacoma today. And that's actually by quite a good measure, that's for sure.
Yeah, and Toyota also said that every single model does come with active noise control as well.
And one of the things we did mention was that you can actually get the hybrid version of the Tacoma on this limited trim level. Now, it's not going to be available at the launch of this vehicle. However, Toyota is going to be making it in the next couple months. It's just going to be a little bit later than the traditional gas versions of the Tacoma. And that's going to be making 326 horsepower and a massive 465 pound-feet of torque, which makes it actually the most powerful Tacoma they've ever made. So this limited trim level really gives you quite a few different options when it comes to the powertrain.
Right. But as far as what's available right now and what we're sampling right now, the power feels plentiful. The other thing that I think is a big improvement is the 8-speed automatic transmission over the previous 6-speed. So much more sure of itself. You have the extra gears to make sure the power band is in the best possible spot as you go up hills or whatever you need to do.
And I do want to talk about your fuel economy and how the power is routed to the ground. As far as that's concerned, the limited model does come standard with 4-wheel drive, and the fuel economy is coming in at 21 miles a gallon combined, which is actually better than some of the other trim levels of the Tacoma, such as the TRD Sport model.
I like that you can hear turbo sounds.
Yeah.
That's very interesting for sure. Let's not wait any longer before talking about one of the things that really defines the drive experience with the limited version specifically, and that's the fact that we have adaptive dampers on this model. So that allows you to have some variability in the way it rides. Now, we've been taking this drive so far in the normal mode, and compared to the other Tacomas we've been driving today, I do think it makes a pretty noticeable difference in terms of the ride. As you go over bumps and stuff, you're going to notice there's just a lot less vibrations coming into the cabin. Also, compared to the previous generation, which we've driven numerous times in the limited form, you still always had that constant vibration that was being transferred into the cabin. This really smooths things out so that only the big stuff kind of penetrates in.
Yeah, I really think this is a big improvement when it comes to the luxury feel in the drive experience.
And one of the things I'm also going to do is turn that dial into sport mode. Because it is an adaptive damper, it's not just about making the Tacoma ride better in the normal configuration, it's also about giving you some customizability. So as I go around the corner here, it does feel like the suspension has tightened up a little bit. Obviously, you're not going to turn into a sports car. You're still driving a mid-sized pickup truck at the end of the day, but it does feel more dynamically capable than the other versions that we were driving today, for sure.
And we won't delay. Let's get into one of our other Car Confections signature elements, the Slam Dunk and Airball. Drew, do you want to kick us off with the Slam Dunk?
Yeah, I think the Slam Dunk is how much they have elevated the Tacoma Limited. Previously, the Limited was kind of about, brown leather and
heated seats.
Yeah, heated seats. I mean, it wasn't a whole lot changed. But this time, they've definitely added some special things that are legitimately better than the rest of the lineup and legitimately better than most of the competition in terms of luxury to really entice you to want the Limited, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, and as far as our Airball is concerned, it's just going to have to be the price. Now, I'll talk about pricing here in just a little bit, but this Limited model is well into the $50,000 price point with its base powertrain configuration. So if you're wanting a hybrid Limited, you're going to be looking at pretty pricey mid-sized truck, that's for sure. So this is not going to be like the cheapest option in the segment, that's for sure. And as far as last things, let's go ahead and talk about the warranty. Your warranty is going to be Toyota's Signature Setup, which is a 3-year, 36,000 mile basic warranty, a 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. You're also going to get 2 years of complimentary maintenance. And how much is this Limited Tacoma going to cost? Well, of course, this is going to be one of the more expensive trim levels. We actually don't have official pricing for TRD Pro or Trail Hunter just yet, so this is the most expensive Tacoma as of now. $52,100 is your starting price. You do have four-wheel drive as standard equipment with this version. And as far as if you're looking to buy a Tacoma, we would suggest going to carconfections.com/newcarquotes, because on our website we have a tool that will connect you with local dealers in your area to get you the best price on your new truck. Additionally, it's going to give you access to invoice pricing information, which is a great tool for dealer negotiation. If you'd like to take advantage of that, a link is provided in our video description. And guys, that's where we're going to leave off this in-depth review of the 2024 Toyota Tacoma in its highest-end limited trim level. If you enjoyed watching this video or found it helpful in your purchasing decisions, please hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed, because you make this all possible, inviting us out to Malibu, California to check out some of the latest trucks on the market. So please hit that subscribe button down below, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. We'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.